Hi, everybody. I've been developing some, as you can tell, instead of grooming myself and preparing myself, I've been preparing for an update. Um, I want to talk about the improvements I've been making for this channel. And let me start off here with something that I learned how to do earlier. I want to share my, I want to share, no, that's not how you do it. I want to share, um, want to, let me see. I was able to do it before during a live stream. Share, it's not share a link. No. Um, because I created this Canva presentation, and here we go. Maybe it's down here. Share screen. There we go. It's down there. All right. Wonderful. All right, here we go. Slower than a lot of people are, but I want to develop my knack with uh, my capability with this. So um, I'm moving. I'm learning as I'm progressing. I'm learning. I'm coming along. Okay, so what I've envisioned for this channel sort of all along has been to have podcasts like Netflix basically be a media studio, um, promulgate my documentaries and live chats and so forth, fun stuff because I have a lot to say and a lot to share. Um, so with this technology, I want to show how I can do this. Oops, I forgot to give me a moment here. That's my want to download it. Here, let me get out of let me get that for a moment. Go back to this. All right. There. All right. Now I can see we have a new file that I can easily, nicely click through. All right, hold on. And this is a rough draft. This is basically a pilot test of what I can do. All right. Let me go back, share screen. There we go. Okay. Don't want that. Huh. Is live where these things. No, apparently I'm showing the wrong version of this. All right. What I want is, why is it not cancel? Why is it not here? Let me just get rid of this secondary window of Canva. And let me just window. Nope. Entire screen. Oh, I see, because that's Chrome tab. Okay. How do I get the window to show up here? All right. No. Entire screen. You know what? I'm going to try an experiment here. I'm going to make this into the entire screen. Hold on here. Enter full screen. Good. Okay. Now, the tricky part, though, is that this is full screen and I don't know how to uh, get out of this. Show thumbnails. You know what? This is why I started with paper and pen showing it on the screen or just talking about it. All right, I'm going to undo that. Go back to here. Window. Huh. All right. I don't think that what I'm showing is really incriminate or, doxing myself. I'm going to show my full screen. Share screen. Okay. All right. So, whoa, that's not something we want. Okay. Um, wonder if I can just open this up. There's one. There's a content creator I really admire, Grace Randolph, who does Beyond the Trailer. She does really elaborate animations for her presentations, and I want something like that. I went to was it Google Slides, and I can't create anything because my Google storage is maximized. Fortunately, I was able to do this, but how do I get this to not cascade like that, or whatever the term is? Hmm. Um. Okay, I'm glad I didn't put a lot of effort into it because it's not working right now. Okay, so I'm just going to go by notes, right? Right here. Okay. Um, where do I begin? Well, I'm going to have two scripted shows, and these would be created and recorded ahead of time. So I found out how to record myself in YouTube, because I don't have hard drive space right now, or at least it's very awkward to do hard drive space right now. My computer is old, and I don't have the funds to be able to develop it. And that's where going to buy my merch on my website, vvproductions.media, would really sincerely help. But anyway, I can create YouTube videos, label them as unlisted, and then schedule them to be shown, schedule them for a certain date. And I've tested that, and it worked fine. So there are going to be two scripted shows. And then Tuesday, I'm looking at Tuesday and Friday. Now, Tuesday would be more, see, demographics. Demographics. Tuesday would be more curiosity and intellectual investigation. And so Friday would be the fun, creative stuff. So I'm thinking of this like I'm missing a button there. I'm looking at this like um, a network, scheduling and so forth, scheduling by demographics. So when a show ends and then they have to replace it with another show, they look at demographics. So that's why I said earlier, Tuesday would be the intellectual audience and Friday would be the creative audience. So Tuesday, I'm going to have several series that cater to that demographic, and Friday, I'm going to have other shows that I want to produce in another category, another demographic. So not necessarily in this order, but I have the Torah Decoded, I have Paranormal Blind Spot, and I have Star Trek Essays, a series of Star Trek essays. So I want to keep content obviously coming. So there are only so many parts in a certain series. So I figure about 10 or 12 parts, 10 or 12 chapters. That would fit in really well with, for example, the Torah Decoded, where I want to create a documentary, and I'm going to split it up into chapters. Same thing with Paranormal Blind Spot. I want to explore alternative explanations for these UFO sightings. And then by that, I will also be exploring how the UFO phenomenon has evolved, and sociology and psychology and so forth. So after what I call season one, which would be like 10 episodes or something, for the Paranormal Blind Spot, I would go into a second season, or as the British, kind of in this sense, more properly call it second series of Paranormal Blind Spot. I will have finished with UFOs. I will go to perhaps a series of miscellaneous topics of episodes, kind of like In Search of, if you remember that. I want to talk about Nostradamus and ghosts and Bigfoot might get in there, the Bermuda Triangle, and so forth. Um, and then I have a series of essays. So Tuesdays will be one series at a time. I'm thinking like 7 o'clock. I wrote down optimal time spans here. 7 o'clock, probably 7 o'clock for both, perhaps. Um, the Torah Decoded, you're going to have like 10 or 12 episodes. And then at the conclusion, you can be able to watch the entire thing as one documentary. Perhaps the same thing with Paranormal Blind Spot. And then same thing with Friday. I have the Samantha Bahar project. I'm going to go through the steps of what it takes to become a female impersonator and develop music and so forth. And another series in that Friday slot would be screenwriting. Go through, for example, a script project myself and go through the steps of screenwriting, actually show you, if I can get Google Slides or whatever to work, actually show you demonstrations and outlines and a script page and what goes on the script page and where and so forth, and the ins and outs and so forth. So each of those would be about 10 to 12 episodes. So when one series, for example, the Samantha Bahar project ends, then a second series will continue. So for example, if I start this in October, like a regular TV season, well, the way TV seasons used to be, 12 episodes would be about 3 months worth. So that would be October, November, December, and then pick it up in January, February, and March would be a second series. And then a third series would be April, May, June. And then after that, I have July and August and September to be like in a TV series, TV season. Vacation to develop other series. Now, the good part is this gives me time to develop scripts and read. What I plan to do is simply sit and read and then have those as early access on my Fourth Wall site. They'd be unlisted on YouTube, unless somebody can be able to hack into the to it, by the way. Excuse me. They would be unlisted, and then I would embed a video of it on my Fourth Wall site. So members, apparently there are memberships you can get on Fourth Wall, which means more money going to me, which really, really does help in order to develop this into more sophisticated, more elaborate studio production company, Visionary Ventures. So they will be there for a certain period of time, and then that gives me time. When you see the raw footage, that gives me time, meanwhile, to add in things like the end card, the intro music, the intro theme. I'm going to have an intro sequence. It would say Visionary Ventures Productions presents, and then the title of that particular series, and it would say produced and hosted by Jeffrey Linehan. And I would insert, and then there's going to be a promo before the opening theme, which would be like a teaser, not a promo, a teaser in which you see the conflict in the episode, like whatever to overcome. It's not violent conflict. It could, even in a documentary, you have conflict. Like, how do you overcome this? How do you resolve this? How do you figure this out? So that's going to be the teaser, and then the opening theme. And then at the end, I will already have footage recorded to be able to edit together a small montage of like 15 seconds or something. How long did I? 15 to 20 seconds to put in at the end of each episode to say, uh, join us next week or watch next week, next Tuesday, meaning, or whenever it is, Tuesday or Friday, watch next week for episode 3 or whatever, where we'll cover this. So that should work in my favor. The audience will hopefully be enticed to come back, and I'll get some regular viewers. Um, I think that covers that pretty well. Let me look through some other element. Well, let me go to this that I prepared that I can't show you right now. Oh, yes. So, in addition to the scripted podcasts, I also have the interview podcast, the 80s Toy Aisle. I still want to interview people. I still want to keep that going because it's a part of my interest, 80s Toy Aisle. But perhaps that would go synonymously with 80s television, 80s, anything 80s. So perhaps a series that follows that could still be in the line of 80s something or other. Um, I want to interview people. I think that's engaging. I want the audience to engage. And that term engagement takes me to the next thing. I still want to do vlogs like this where I'm just talking, sharing my thoughts with you, but I do want to perhaps use what's the name of that? Um, it's not fourth wall. There's a there's a separate StreamYards. I looked into StreamYards. I created an account. What I want is that interactivity. I did download OBS, which supposedly enables interactivity where people can type in chats and so forth, type in messages in the chat. And I want to be like those YouTube content creators that have the nice chat set up and you can be able to watch, so forth. I'll have to figure that out. The podcast will still be called Ideas Between Us. So that's it for that. Let me advance to the next screen here. I wish you could see what I put here. All right. So the as far as the episode structure would be for each of these shows, basically one episode conflict premise. That's what I was talking about with the teaser. That would be inserted in after after I do the live footage. And then the opening theme sequence that would also be inserted, and then the first half of the raw footage, and then commercial and subscribe message. So I'm going to be creating an ad for Visionary Ventures, for my website, vvproductions.media, and also a link. I suggest please subscribe and like this and so forth. But I don't want to put that like and subscribe at the very beginning because it makes logical sense. I want you to be engaged enough in the content you're watching, fully engaged in the content that you're watching, so that you feel more enticed by the halfway point to actually click and subscribe. And then after that, that would be inserted. And then the second half would be, again, raw footage. And then there would be a promo edited together for the next episode that would be inserted. And then the end card would be inserted. And I wonder if I've had this on my screen for a while. What this is going to do is probably show it, and then I'll find out I can't show it to you. All right. So I'm going to try, hey, this is live. In some sense, this is a test of the emergency broadcasting system. So only a test. I'm going to share screen. So we know QuickTime Player. I wonder if I do this. How do I get this to play? Shoot. Well, anyway, wish I could. I wish I could share this. Let me try this again. Um, Select a tab. All right, the entire screen. Hmm. To share an audio, share a tab to share an audio. To share audio, share a tab instead. No, that's not what I want. Chrome tab. You know what? Chrome is a browser. I wonder if I can just shove this into a browser somehow. Nope, that's not working. Okay. Um I wonder if I can shove this in like that. Aha. Okay. So at least this is in a browser. All right. Let me try this. Yay. All right. So I can be able to go through as long as I have this in here, and hopefully, presumably, you're still watching. There we go. Okay. So you can see me. Yeah. Scripted pro. Okay. Website links. All right. So you can see me as I would be able to scroll through. And that way, if you're watching or if I'm editing and just quickly going through it, you should be able to see about where I am because of these thumbnails. Whichever one is highlighted, that's a screen therefore the topic that I'm currently on. Okay, I know a bunch of you have already figured this out. Sorry, I'm learning as I go along. Okay, so all right, so get rid of that for right now. I don't even need this anymore. I can throw that in the trash because that was a draft. I can get rid of this. Okay, so I wonder if how I can add this in. Because I want to show, it doesn't show much, but it's the background layer that I created for the end card. You know, at the very end when you see watch this next video, or you can watch this video, so forth. I wonder if I can just slip this in like that. Oh, it looks like I may be able to do that. Okay. I slipped it in, it added it, but it's not showing it. Just says file. You're viewing a local or shared file. Darn. All right. I will take that to mean that I can't do it, or I need to do something else. All right. But anyway, it's the end frame, and there's a voice of me saying, "Tune, watch this or watch that, um, or tune into these other videos that I've created." I want to have this more interactive. Um, Let me see, what else can I cover? Oh, yes. I also want to have these podcasts added to Spotify for creators so that I can also do an audio. I want to be able to, if I can, be able to have it added automatically to iHeartRadio and so forth. And I know I'll have to have special effects that would come after I add in the special effects and the special features and so forth. I'd want to routinely, yeah, I need a haircut. I want to routinely um, add these to a radio show because there are a lot of people that just listen to podcasts on while they're driving in their car and so forth. And I think I have a good speaking voice, so I don't want to overlook that audience. I also thought in terms of my merchandise right now. Actually, I've done this before. Why not just do this again? I'm going to type in VV Productions, type in URL of my company or my website anyway. And this is better. Yep, exactly. There we go. Okay, good, good, good. So here, and as you can see, I have embraced the fantasy logo. That's my YouTube logo. And I have the mug. I have the logo T-shirt and well, I have several shirts, basically a hoodie, foam trucker hat, and I want to add. Let's see, there are 6. Yeah, there's 7 here. What I want to do is add another one, which would be a mouse pad. Um, the advice I had gotten was just to keep it limited to 7, but I think so many people. There might be a market anyway. Let's just say there might be a market for a mouse pad with the channel logo on it. Um, Comment below if there's some other thing that you would like to see as merchandise here. And of course, I want to add a songbook as a PDF of my music, and I'm working on, in terms of Samantha Bahar, I'm working on being able to sing. My skill and talent is much better with the songwriting than it is with the music. So, all right, alongside that, what I thought would be fun, I haven't figured out yet how to do this, but I want a checklist. Here, let me go back to see, there's my vvproductions.media. All right, let me go back. What I want to do, especially with Samantha Bahar, the Samantha Bahar project, is to list certain criteria that Samantha must have, or me presenting as Samantha must have, before she can become a real persona. Number 1 would be presentation. Number 2 would be mannerisms, like a mannerisms coach. Another would be vocal lessons. Another would be the actual music itself. Basically, a checklist showing you my progress, my fun progress towards becoming, towards having Samantha be a real legitimate character. I want to show you something. Here we go. I was hoping that I'd be able to get to this. Let me get out of that. That's a quick way of not sharing. Let me go to YouTube for a moment. And I wish I hadn't deleted that, because that had the URL for the video that I want to show you. But no, that's okay. Right here. Okay. Okay. And I want perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. I want to share with you. I know this isn't the video yet, but hey, this isn't specifically that a Samantha video yet, but I want to show you some of the goals that, some of the people that I've looked up to in terms of developing my Samantha character. So let me go back to sharing this. Okay, so you should be able to, yep, you're able to see it. Okay. And I know, again, this is technology that other people figured out like 5 or 7 years ago, but I'm catching up. Okay. So this is a man who came from Colombia and hasn't been doing that long. Another thing is losing weight. I understand. I need to lose weight. But here we go. Okay, this is someone from Colombia who I think he said, and forgive me, I say he because naturally born a man, but presenting as a Madonna impersonating Madonna. I'll just say she for the sake of continuing on here. But she is a Colombian impersonator who started impersonating about 8 months. Did she say 8 months ago? She says later on here. I want to be able to do this is like the level that I want to do this. And I know some of the tricks. Well, no, one trick is probably having a tighten, some kind of tightener. And of course, she's lip syncing, which itself is pretty tricky because she, as you can see later on, soon. Well, soon you'll see soon in the when she sits down, she speaks a little bit. She says she speaks a little bit of Spanish or a little bit of English. So she is lip syncing to a song in a foreign language. I know there's tucking. You can research what tucking is. There's probably body shaping in here. But, and I know I'm going to have to lose weight. I'm going to seriously have to lose weight. But that is just remarkable. That is amazing.
Look at that. Two rival sex symbols from two different generations
right
side
there.
by side.
And then the one
Marilyn,
next to
any
her
rivalry
is a
between you
Marilyn
and
Monroe
Madonna?
impersonator, obviously.
Well, it's interesting because and it's funny because our acts are together, we're one right after the other in the show, and it's funny because I really think that Marilyn was to the 50s and 60s what Madonna is to the 80s and 90s in terms of the, being a very famous woman and being powerful and having a very
I don't
common
know how
face.
much she's understanding
And
what's
in
being
terms
spoken
of how many people know.
I don't know how much English she can
Here we go. Lauren with a little thing. In terms of having a face that
There are
everyone
other
can recognize,
impersonators
so
there.
it's interesting.
Now, Madonna, ¿de dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres?
I'm from Colombia.
De Colombia.
Yeah.
¿Habla inglés?
So I'm,
A little.
in order
Un
to
poco.
be
¿Y cuánto tiempo hace
not be
que estás
flagged,
aquí,
I better
entonces?
stop.
4 years.
Okay. So there's I just happened to pause it. That was purely by accident. I happened to pause it when they show the name. That is so remarkable. Now, when I press play again, you're going to see what I really envy and what I want to be able to do. I wish I could get a hold of experts who know body shaping. What by body shaping, I mean, like the material and the extra padding, to be able to do this. Here, I know there's some tucking involved, but wow.
Years.
Okay.
But
4 años. You've been here for 4 years from Colombia. Uh-huh.
and like impersonator just 8 months ago.
Hey, ¿por qué?
Yeah. So apparently she came 4 months ago, 4 years ago, and she had started doing this 8 months ago, and I don't know where she was at that point, but wow.
¿Por qué comienza eso?
I'd like to see where she is now. Again, I say she, it's a man doing female impersonation.
Because
Why did you start this?
I've got to remind myself.
it's different work.
I'll
I'm
say.
professional dancer. I'm professional dancer, and someday I did the special party with La Cash, and I did my first character is Marilyn Monroe, and after I did Madonna, and the people they like it, okay, and now I did Madonna.
Could you stand up? ¿Puede levantar?
Yeah, I gotta say, this is the part. This is the cue. This is the amazing part. Watch what Geraldo says. He's joking about it, but watch what right after she stands up. Watch what Geraldo will go over and ask somebody a question.
Porque tenemos una pregunta. We have a question for you. But let me bring Mike. Come on. So I'm going to bring my crack. So, Mike, where do you think?
At home on the dresser, I think.
Gracias.
Behind his bra strap.
Again, I don't know how much the impersonator picked up on what they were saying, but wow, she deserved it. So here's, by the way, another impersonator. Is this still is a test for me to? Okay, good. Okay. So unfortunately, well,
We have a very good show.
kind of fortunately, this person, Jimmy James, has a show. I think he still does the show, but he retired. He purposely retired the Marilyn Monroe presentation. You can see here 1983 to 1997, purposely because he wanted to stop and not go beyond the age that Marilyn Monroe was when she was living. So that's that. But she does other voices. Here. Okay, let me.
Not wearing his own clothes, but his.
No, that's
who
not
is,
a
unlike
female
millions and
impersonator. That's
millions,
really Joan
using
Rivers.
his own voice. Will you please welcome
Okay.
female impersonator?
So what I wanted to do was also, come to think of it, I wanted to not only do this with as a demonstration, observing and making comments on other female impersonators, but I wanted to comment on my own videos. Maybe I'll do that now. I wanted to. Okay, this is basically enough here. You've seen enough there. So I also wanted to go and comment, critique my, critique my presentation. There's my name again. And one thing that's unique about Jimmy James is that he's singing in a natural voice. Many impersonators lip sync. And that's one of the goals that I want to do. I don't want to lip sync. I want to develop a female singing voice. So let me go to my channel here. What for kicks? Let's have fun having me lambast myself. Okay. I want to go to content. I want to go to live. It's funny, it's showing it as one person's watching, probably myself, but that's okay. All right, I'll pick randomly here. All right.
My girlfriend.
This is just purely random. I'm gonna be brutal. Well, not brutal. I'll critique myself. I was talking with a music industry professional.
Mike, and I won't just be distracted, but
and
girlfriend,
he said he had seen my videos.
She likes me dressed.
He produced something along, along the lines of female
And,
impersonation.
I like when she
some years back,
thinks I'm
and
very
he
attractive.
said my voice
Either way,
was pretty good.
Myself or dressed up as Samantha.
My
So I
wig
gotten
should be upgraded,
a
and
lipstick,
I understand that.
and she was really eager to see
what I
this
bought.
is not going to be the
Was
topic of the whole live stream.
was it
but,
Paula? I don't remember.
She
the
wanted
name
to
of the
see me. She was very
manufacturer,
eager to
but
see me.
I understand.
Dressed up,
Whatever you get,
with,
whether it's a
the
car.
lipstick.
Here, I'll pause it for a moment so you can hear me. Whether it's a car or a house or whatever it is, the more money you pay, usually the better the quality. So I think my nails came out well. What do you think? I'm going for a presentable, authentic look. I think my shirt looks good. I have good color matching style. My eyebrows. Now my eyebrows and my eye. I'm blanking on it. Eyeshadow. My eyeshadow and my eyebrows could use. Well, this has been a while back, so I hope I've learned a little bit since then. But keep my eyebrows trimmed, and just in general, I think this whole project I have is good for keeping me aware of how I present myself. I don't mean how I present myself. I mean, even, in natural male form, just keeping an awareness of how I present myself, like cleanliness and trimming this and clipping that and so forth. My fingernails, keep them trimmed, keep my hair cut well and so forth. Just so that's another one of those benefits that I've had from doing this. But my girlfriend is one thing that immediately attracted me to her was her interest in makeup and costuming. We both love Halloween, and sometime when I get $1 zillion or whatever, especially in this economy, maybe. I'm going to, if I can be able to get a house sometime in my fantasies, I want the both of us to be able to enjoy, decorating for Halloween and so forth. But here, let me look at the mannerisms.
And it had been a while. And
Now, I'm
each
not
time I do
speaking
it,
in
I pick
feminine
up,
voice here.
I pick up new habits. This time we were putting on makeup together and via video chat. And
I think my
so she
mannerisms are
thinks
pretty good.
I'm really knowledgeable.
That's another thing. If you want to, please comment below and please be nice. Please be kind and constructive in your comments or your feedback. What things do you think that I could improve to make me look more authentic? I'd also well, I don't want to go back necessarily to just to show that one little clip, but do you remember Jimmy James? I almost said Jimmy Johns. Jimmy, that's something totally different. Jimmy James mentioned that the wig that he had on was special, I think specially sculpted or crafted or whatever, because Marilyn Monroe had an open face. And so my point is that I'd want to find a hairstyle that's not just whatever's available off the rack or in a catalog. I want to find the best color. First of all, the best hair color and the best hairstyle for me to really invest money. And of course, where the money comes from, I don't know at this point. But here, let me go to another video if I can do that. Here we go. Well, I'll save this for another sometime, but it's about 42 minutes. I think I'm gonna hold off here, and maybe now that I've tested these further, I'm going to these features a little bit more. I'm going to do another video and show even more improvement. But hope you've had a good day today, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.